Hi everybody, welcome again to Frigging Technology. Today we're going to do a review of the Belkin Wemo. Essentially what the Belkin Wemo is, it is an outlet that you can plug another electronic device into and control it via your Wi-Fi. So basically this is the wall unit. There's also a sensor unit that you can get as well. This retails for about $49.99. The combined package of the two is close to about $100. So I'm going to basically do a demo and show you how this Wemo system works. We're going to plug it into a wall charger, a wall outlet, and I'm going to plug in a lamp and show you how it works on my iPad. Stay tuned, be right back. Alright guys, here we are. So this is basically the Wemo outlet. It's plugged into my outlet. My Wemo switch, and it's plugged into my outlet. I'm basically going to show you how this works. So here's the lamp that it's plugged into, and there's the outlet. And basically here's how it works. It basically brings you to this get started screen. So we're going to go ahead and hit get started. It says plug me in. We're going to go next. It says open your settings. Then tap on the Wi-Fi. Then select the Wemo network. Open the app. And we take it from there. So I'm going to show you basically how to do this. I have a couple of Wemo units here. We're going to go ahead, and I believe this is the one. I'm just going to give it a chance to connect. So that's connected. We're going to go back to the Wemo. And just give it a second here as well, let it load up. So here we go. It says you're connected to the Wemo switch. You can basically, if you have it somewhere, you can just copy it and paste it. And of course, there we go. And hit join. So now it basically says connecting. It's connecting. This may take up to 60 seconds. And really it does sometimes take up to 60 seconds. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. It does something called remote access as well. So essentially you can be out of the house and you can be controlling your Wemo device, which is actually kind of cool. So we're just going to leave it at all default settings, the name Wemo switch. You can change the icon, you can add in whatever you want, your email address, remember Wi-Fi settings, and we're going to hit done. Because I want to show you how this works. It's actually fairly smooth. Works pretty good in my opinion. But it really depends on, okay, so it's just giving me an okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect back on my Wi-Fi network. So the one that I had used to set up the Wemo device. Okay, so now that I'm connected, I go back to the Wemo device here. And it should show, looking for switches, and there we go, Wemo switch. So what I'm going to do here, is I'm holding my iPad. That's a switch. That's the light. I'm going to hold my iPad over here. We're going to flip this switch, and we're going to see if that light turns on. So here we go. There we go. So the light turned on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the switch again. And you can hear the light go off. I'm going to push the switch right now. You can actually hear that click. That click is basically the switch. So very fast and responsive. And basically what happens is every single time the light turns on, there's a blue LED. You see it? Goes on and off. And that basically controls it. So my overall impressions of the Wemo, I mean, it's fairly simple to set up. As you can see, you can have multiple switches. You can do things like, once you add the sensor, you can add rules. And the rules basically allow you to go ahead and say, turn it on at a certain time, turn it off at a certain time, turn on if there's some motion, turn it off if there's some motion. It's kind of nice. What I like to do at nighttime is we like to sleep with the lights off, obviously, even in the hallway. And what we like is when we're walking outside, when we're going to go to the washroom, say for example at night, the motion sensor kicks in and turns the lights on, and it turns them on for a period of 1 minute. And then when we walk back out, it turns back on again, and then turns off after a minute again. So it's really nice without having to find the switch while you're groggy and sleepy at night. It's kind of a nice little feature to have. So it's kind of a neat device. You can connect it to your iPad. You can connect it to your iPhone. Like I said, you can control it from far away. I have another Wemo switch that's connected to my dog's feeding bowl actually. And sometimes if my wife and I are coming late from work, we'll flip the switch on and it automatically sends or automatically dispenses some of the food for him to eat. So that's kind of a nice little feature. The other thing that I'm working on right now, I've been testing and playing around with it, but an automated door opener in the back so he can go and use the washroom if he needs to as well. So basically, at the flip of a switch, I turn it on and the door opens, and then when he comes back in, it closes, and I have a camera that's connected as well, so I can see what he's doing at all times as well, just to make sure he's okay. So that's kind of the Wemo device. So the advantages of this device. I think it's a really cool device. It totally, I mean, it can make you lazy, but, other than that, it totally does make life a little bit easier. The other really cool thing that a lot of people may not know is it actually connects to IFTTT. IFTTT is a service online which is absolutely free. It's called If This, Then That. And basically what it allows you to do is if there's a certain motion that happens, or if there's a certain, for example, if you got the sensor, if I walk by it, it could basically trigger something else, like send me a tweet, or it could post to Facebook and say somebody's walked by, or it could even call me. There's a whole bunch of things that I can do. It's actually a really neat device. I'd recommend you go and check it. Again, ifttt.com, free service. And Wemo is supported as one of the plugins there as well. So it's really cool. So overall, I think like I said, it's a neat device. The drawback that I will call out, and I've talked to the folks at Belkin about this, is it doesn't do a really good job when your Wi-Fi goes out. There's a setting in there that says remember your Wi-Fi setting, but that doesn't really work well. Sometimes you got to go and you got to sometimes you got to go back and reconfigure everything, which could be somewhat annoying. It's not always the best solution if you have multiple plugs to go back in and try to reconfigure all the plugs all over again. But I mean, other than that, that's the one hiccup that I will say, and they are releasing firmware releases that are slightly correcting the issue slowly, but it still is somewhat of a pain, and I've got a pretty good relationship with the guys at Belkin there, and I'm talking with them at least weekly. And they're telling me that there's a lot of fixes coming. They've held up to their word, so I got to give them credit for that. Like I said, overall, fairly good device. On its own, $49.99. With the sensor, it is $99.99. You can pick it up on Amazon. I will put a link in the description. But other than that, great device. I highly recommend it. Please post your comments. If you have any questions, post those as well. I'll try my best to answer them as well. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.